All right, hello everyone. So this bleach right here, Blonder Free Lights, this is made to not dry out during like a balayage or an ombre or something like that. There's other brands that make bleach that's like that, but this is the one that's made by Wella. This is a developer that goes with it because it's formulated. I mean, with most bleaches, you could use like a whatever brand of, 10, 20, 30, 40, and you're okay with it. But with this particular one, it's best to use the developer that goes with the bleach because of the fact that we want it to not dry out without having to put it in a bunch of foil or whatever the other things are that, we do use, the thermal strips, foil, plastic wrap, whatever you're using. But we don't want it to dry out. And that's what the difference with this is. So today, since balayage and ombre are a big thing, and there's a lot of different techniques that go along with this hair coloring. I'm going to show you super simple, easy to touch up technique here that's going to get you doing. Oh, I put her hair on and it got stuck in the bottom of the stand. That will get you good results. It's a little more subtle, but it is a balayage and an ombre together. So the first thing that you want to do, of course, is check out the hair condition of the hair. The second thing we want to do is figure out how this client's going to wear our hair, because that's going to make a difference on how we apply it, on how they wear their hair. Has anyone ever used this before? One of these? This is like, yeah, so this is like a balayage board. I mean, they have all kinds of different ones. I like this one because you can put color and stuff right here in this little side, so you don't have to keep dipping in a bowl and reaching, behind yourself to try to get things working for you. I guess I should make this a little bit higher. So I'm going to do this like on a brick lay pattern, which is, like I said, it's a super simple application that looks good and it's super easy to touch up when it comes time. So the mixing ratio on this is, I need a magnifying glass. It's supposed to give you 7 layers of lift. It's for freehand lightning techniques, also known as balayage. It has a creamy consistency. It's a flexible mixture for easy spreading. Adheres and stays there. And let's see what else does it say. For benefits to be attained, the powder needs to be mixed with the designated Free Lights developer. So our mixing preparation, depending on the degree of lightening and consistency, mix the Free Lights white lightning powder with Free Lights developer, a 6, a 9, or a 12% in a ratio of 1:1 or 1:3. Recommended is 1 to 1.5 in a non-metallic bowl. The lower the percent of developer, the gentler the lightening process. For on the scalp application, use 20 volume developer as a maximum. Do not use heat. Apply on dry hair. Development time depends on the condition of the hair and the desired level of blonde. The maximum total development time is 50 minutes. Check hair every 5 to 10 minutes during process. If adverse reaction occurs during the treatment, so it's just talking about unexpected color and all that, rinse with lukewarm water. If it has metallic, don't use it. After treatment, after development time is complete, rinse thoroughly with warm water and shampoo. Apply bond, seal, and care to conditioned, lightened hair and add shine. Salon exclusive brand. Professional use only, not for retail sale. Okay, that was really hard to read. Those letters were super small. I need way more magnification. So what this is telling me, that maximum is 1 to 1.5. Okay, or that's the preferred consistency, which that's usually the consistency that I like to use anyway, is 1 part bleach or lightener to 1.5 parts developer. So if I'm using an ounce of powdered lightener, I'm going to use 1.5 ounces of developer. This maximum time is 50 minutes. That's not quite an hour. Makes sense, because the developer is only going to have a lot of action for just that amount of time. So what we're going to be doing is, or what you should be doing if you're using this product, is make sure that that client's hair is going to lighten enough in that 50 minutes. So if you have someone that has like, you know, a level 3, so the darkest brown hair ever, probably in 50 minutes, it's not going to be light enough to be a pretty color. You know, then what are you going to do? You're going to tone it. Are you going to have to relighten it again? Like, what exactly are you going to do? So it's best for you to make sure that you do a thorough consultation, maybe even a test strand if you're not sure what product to use, just so you can double check with the client's hair, just to see what it's going to be doing. Make sense? Hopefully. Okay. So since this lovely lady right here wants to wear her hair, you know, kind of parted over to the side like this, what I'm thinking is that here in the front, you know, we'll do a couple more around the face, a little bit higher
Are you
up.
gonna do bangs?
No, I'm doing hair color with like
A what?
hair color, Junior, hair color.
Oh, okay.
With an ombre on the end. As looking at this style, I mean, you know, we've always been saying, oh, part it into 4s and get your hair sectioned out. But looking at the style, I don't really see a lot of sectioning that I'm going to be able to work with, because this is the way that she wants to wear her hair. So when you go lighter, where do you start? I know somebody knows
Crown.
this. When we're going lighter?
In the front.
In the back.
The front.
Or in the back of the nape, I'm sorry.
When we're going lighter, we start in the back because the front's already lighter. So I'm going to divide this here, right here on this side for a section. And then as I come across the top.
Miss Connie, I'm confused.
Okay, what?
Okay, so I was told when I was doing my doll on, I think it was like Friday, that when you go lighter, you start from the front.
So where's the darkest?
You're cutting
Where
out.
the darkest at?
I feel like the back, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. So
you definitely want to start, when you're going lighter, you want to start where hair is the darkest.
okay.
When you're going darker, you want to start where hair is the lightest. So if I'm going darker, I'm starting in the front, right? Because that's where my hair is the lightest.
Okay.
But because I'm going lighter, I'm starting in the back. Okay.
So
and that gets confusing. I said the wrong thing half the time myself.
okay. Well, thank you.
With this, you're welcome. So how thick do you want these slices? One thing with this type of lightener is it doesn't like go all the way through to the other side like hair color does. It just
like
kind of
1 inch?
sits where you put it. Where do I want to put it? How thick do I want my sectioning? Well, I'm pretty much going to take probably, I'm going to say like an inch. That's good. An inch for this. And as I apply this, I'm going to do like a sectioning as I go up. So and I'm going to put this, the whole.
You're breaking up bad.
gonna fit on.
Is she breaking up to anybody else?
It is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can't hear
how
her
Yeah.
I'm
at
gonna
all.
do this. And
It's like, yeah.
yeah, I'm on the right one. It didn't switch me out again. Okay.
I have a quick question. Are we supposed to be doing what you're doing? Because I got my doll head and stuff yesterday, but I don't have like everything.
So for homework, just practice with like shaving cream.
Wait, what are we practicing on? Color?
Practice it on your doll.
So do you just apply the shaving cream as if you're going to apply it with a hair dye? Is that what you mean?
Well, I'm going to show you how to apply it right now. I'm going to
Oh,
show,
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you.
I'm
Is it
going
due
to
tomorrow?
how to apply it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you how to apply it right now.
I'm sorry. I think my computer is being extremely slow, and I think I need to restart my computer and restart my Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna leave for a second.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
I've got one scoop in my bowl. One scoop of developer. This developer's thick, so it is going to make it a little bit thicker when we're using it. Mix it up. Remember, you always put the lid back on your developer because you never want it to get that oxygen in it. This particular type of lightener is a little bit creamier than what you usually find with some of the powdered lighteners. So it's also thicker too, but it is really creamy. So I'm going to make sure that I'm really mixing this up and getting all the little chunks out of it. Kind of looks like if you've ever made brownies from a brownie mix, it kind of looks like that consistency a little bit. So I'm just gonna make sure I mix this up really well. Looks like frosting. Makes me hungry now. I want some cake or something, which I don't need. Yeah, see, it's kind of thick. Looks like frosting in my bowl. So what I'm gonna do first is I need to figure out how far up the strand I want this to go. So as I take my board, I'm gonna lay it right at the scalp and use my thumb to like kind of hold the hair on. And for this first application, I'm just going to do the sides and do like a V all the way down to the bottom. So as I come in with my brush, I'm going to use the edge of it and I'm just going to apply this color coming down. Bringing it down the brush here. And then when I get down to the bottom, I'm just going to apply it a little bit more on the bottom. Just sort of feather this up so that I don't end up with big clumps there. And then when I pull it off of here, sort of have some sides, some edges, and the bottom. So now when I take my next piece down, oh, that's great. Dropped my clip already, barely started. I'm going to do the opposite on this piece here. So as before I did the outside edges, this one, I'm just going to do the middle. And then when I get down to the bottom at about the same spot, I'm going to do the whole bottom of this so that I get the ombre look at the bottom, making sure that this is sort of feathered up into it so I don't end up with pieces that are like, I don't want to see the line. I want it to look all blended. So I want to really make sure that I have that feathered up, but about the same height as where I stopped the other one on the ends. Okay. So now as I go up to my next section, I'm just going to switch that up. So now I'm going to go back to the edges and maybe a little bit in the middle because I'm getting whiter on the head now, but I want to make sure about halfway down, I'm starting with just the bottom.
Wait, I'm a little confused. You didn't do you only did the middle on that section you just did?
Yes, I did the edges on the last one and the bottom. Now I just did the middle. Now I'm going to go back and do the edges and the bottom.
Why are you doing it that way?
So that she can just have some different looking streaks without it coloring the whole thing. So it'll be like highlights through it with the ombre on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So here, since it's so wide, I think I'm going to divide that in half, okay, because it is wide on the head. So now I need to make this match. So as I come in here, I'll go ahead and take the outer edges. Come down about halfway. Let's see how much farther are my edges. So I get down here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on the ends. Notice how I'm doing the brushes like this so that I don't get a hard line. And if I pull this down, now I'm getting the ombre on the bottom. When I go to this side, I'm going to do the same thing. This is a really quick and easy way to apply color or to apply highlights just where you want them. So now when I go to this next section, that's going to be a little bit higher. I'm just going to do the middle. But it is wider. So as I separate it, I'm just going to do like the inside section. And you can go up as high as you want. You can keep them lower. They don't have to be starting all at the same spot. So sometimes it actually looks a little bit better if they don't all start at the same spot. But I do want my ends to kind of all be again, I'm going back on the inside on this side, on this piece, and I do kind of want it to all be the same. And now we're going back to the outside corners. Now I don't want to go too high up on the scalp here because I don't want it to look like it's just color that's growing out, right? I want it to look like subtle color. So that's why you're supposed to wear gloves, right? Okay, so now getting again more towards the top up here. So I'm just gonna do the center. Because there's some layers here, I'm not gonna go as high. Let's see, where's my ends at? So I'm only gonna be putting it on the whole thing on about that much because I have layers here on her hair. So this stuff is really easy to spread. I've only used this particular product one time and I wanted to use it again just to see how it was going to work. And there I go, dropping a big blob in the floor. Okay, so now that I'm on the side over here, let's see, this comes about here. So there was the one on the outside. So I'll just do the middle first. That'll make it match a little bit better. How far down does that go? Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm like slinging this stuff everywhere. Got to really make sure you blend it good too, because you don't want any hard lines there. A little bit of a thinner section just because I'm around that temple area, and most people have thinner hair in the temple area. So we'll just put a little bit right here along the hairline. What do I have in the waiting room? Nope. I'll put that over there. It's probably kind of important too that you figure out just where you're going to put your product. So now on this side, let's see where we at. Here. And come across with this piece over here. These things are great. They come in all different sizes too. So depending on how long someone's hair is or short someone's hair is, you can just use different sizes. And they also make different brushes depending on how you want to apply this colors. They make a lot of different size brushes so that you can get this applied. The hardest part is trying to get it even from one side to the other. This is my classroom right now.
This is unplugged right now.
Because she's giving a tour.
Yeah, it's my first.
Say hi to my class. Say hi. They freaked out right now because they saw you guys were like, oh no. They just say hi. It's fine. Because I'm a little bit wider here because of the front of the head. So I'm going to just keep the bang area out and just step back a little bit. This one, I'm going to kind of bring over here a little bit more in the center because I'm going to do that front just a little bit different. When I bring this down over here, I mean, why would I just be standing here? About right there. Make sure it looks the same on the other side. Yeah, pretty close. You gotta remember when you get up.
I have another question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't get that application brush in my kit, but I don't know how I was supposed to get it.
I don't know about that. I can find out.
Okay, because I was looking through my kit because you said that this was an assignment to apply that stuff. with the shaving cream, but I don't have the applicator brush or the other thing that.
Okay, well, I don't know what's in your kit. I'll have to find out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Now, when you get to the top, you can, you can apply it forward, you can apply it back, to the side, whatever way is easiest for you. I'm just doing it this way because her hair was parted like that, but that is a whole design decision pattern that you're gonna have to like figure out before you start, right? Because right now I'm just keeping like the front area out, which would be fringe, keeping that completely out. And I'm just doing this area. Let's see. I don't.
What's her name?
Did they get tent bowls and tent brushes, the ROP kits?
Yeah, they did, but maybe I missed one.
She said she didn't get a brush or a bowl.
Who was it?
Isabel. No. She said.
I got a bowl, but the thing, I don't know what it's called. Sorry. Both of the things you're using, I don't have.
Well, you won't have this, okay?
Oh, okay.
You will have one of these.
Yeah, I didn't get one of those.
Okay, if you want to come in tomorrow, we'll give you one.
Okay, I can see what I can do.
Okay, let's do a couple more right here. We're just kind of alternating, right? From the outsides to the inside, and then just like the middle. How far down is that? A little bit more down over here. I think I'll come back to this side and bring this piece back over here. I think it'll just fall better. So now in the front, here, let's see, I don't have anything on any of this hair. So let's kind of thick. So in the very, very front, I want to put a little bit more. So I'm just going to It's a very front piece right here. Just gonna add some. Now, if your client also does not comb their hair the same way like every day, it could look more or less noticeable depending on the way it's combed. So let's see. Go a little bit higher up on that one, I think. And then I just have this little piece right here. I mean, this is a quick application. It's nothing super dramatic. It's pretty subtle. I'm doing a little bit more in the front area than the back, but the ombre part across the bottom is what I was working on the most. Of course, you could do more, you could do less, just depending on what the client's looking for. This is known painting or feather glossing throughout the years. The bottom is, it's kind of originally known as color melting because it's like the color just sort of all melted together there. But recent years, it's came out to be an ombre. Okay. Okay, so then it says it can stay on for up to 50 minutes. But if I'm going to do some color development back here, I can already see it's starting to change like where I first started. So if I was to grab a piece of hair here to do a test strand, we have to do a test strand at state board, so this is what you're doing. Just wiping a little bit off. Drying it so you can check for color development. When I put it up here, I can already see it's like a shade lighter, which would give it a nice subtle change. I'm going to give it just a little bit longer, I think. So because I took the product off, I have to reapply. And I'm going to give it about probably like 10 more minutes because I don't want anything super like, oh my gosh, I colored her hair look. I just wanted something a little more, just a little change, a little subtle change through there. Now, when you finish with something like this, you always want to check your application because there might be an area of the head, like right back here, that this kind of looks like I need to blend that out a little bit more. Or maybe add another one, like right in this area here. And the good thing with this kind of bleach is you can just go back and like free form it on. That's exactly what I'm doing, right? Free form painting this on. Let's give her another little spot. Just checking it, making sure I got it blended well enough. When my first applications start, because I always find a couple spots when I do something like this that I always feel like I should do a little bit, blend it a little, just a little bit more. This is where you can just always go back in and add it. If you wanted to, also, you could use different developer strengths. And what that would do is the stronger the developer, right, the lighter the lift, the lower the developer, the less the lift. So you could get it looking lighter or darker, depending on the, no, I don't want to do that, depending on the section. So like if you wanted the ends even lighter, you could use a stronger volume on the ends and a lesser volume towards the top if you just wanted it more subtle. But you won't be seeing a big line of demarcation, or you won't be seeing a lot of hair growing out. But this is kind of like the finished application on the bottom. As I'm going around to the front, you can see where all of the color is just mostly on the bottom, and it's just sort of melting underneath through the rest of the hair. And that's, and just how I just kind of freeform painted that on there. That's one good thing about this particular type of product too, is that you can do that, and it's just not going to like smash onto the rest of the hair and follow it all the way through. There is a really cool video that I've found that does a pink and a purple color, and I think it's so pretty. Let me get that up for you really quick here. Okay, let's see. How come it doesn't say just like saved videos? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Color.
Hair guide took one local woman to an unexpected place.
That's not the one I
The
want.
ER. And when you see what happened to her, you're going to understand why she vows to.
Okay, it's not the one I was looking for. It is. This one.
Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to do a violet to pink ombre. For this DIY you will need towels, capes, combs, clips, plastic wrap, hair color, bleach, developer, and blow dryer. To lift the hair from black to blonde, I'm using Wella Blondor. I'm doing two different formulas, one with 30 volume and one with 40 volume. The 40 volume I'm going to use on the ends. To start off, determine where you'd want your ombre to start. With my client, she wanted to start it near her jawline so she would have a little in the front to frame her face. And then just section all the hair up into 1-inch sections to make it easier for when you apply the bleach. Okay, so for this process, I'm using plastic wrap to protect the cape and also to isolate each section. Depending on where you decided to start your ombre, you would have to tease 2 to 3 inches away from the root just to make sure that you get a flawless line and you don't get a harsh line of demarcation. And then I'm using the 30 volume on the mid shaft, and then on the ends, I'm just using the 40 volume. Also with your brush, make sure it's in a vertical direction and you're just feathering the color on. Make sure you thoroughly saturate each strand of hair because you don't want it to be too dark underneath or like multicolored. So now just keep repeating all these steps until you're finished with the head. And when you lay your plastic wrap in the next section, make sure you're following your previous guide. that we're closer to the top of the hair, most of these layers are going to fall to the front, and we're just doing the very tips of it just so it can lay near the jawline. With my client, she's going from black to blonde, and so that we can change the blonde to a different color. But she's going to take a little bit longer to process depending on how dark her hair is. And also, if you feel like it's processing a little bit slow, you can use a blow dryer and just heat it through the middles to the ends just to make sure that it bumps the color up so it can process a little bit quicker. And it will help to brighten up the ends too. Since we're using plastic wrap, it'll be easy to determine when your color is ready. So if you're happy with how it looks, go ahead and shampoo the hair. If not, go ahead and apply a little bit more bleach to the desired areas until it gets to what you want. When you're happy with your hair, go ahead and shampoo and do not condition. Since we're doing purple to pink, I'm using 3 different colors and kind of transitioning them to fade from darkest to lightest. Feel free to use whatever colors you like depending on what you want your outcome to be. Carefully brush out the hair. Make sure you're careful around where the roots are. Now just blow dry the hair, and it does not have to be bone dry, but damp is okay. So depending on how you want the colors to transition, place the colors accordingly. I went from the violet to wild orchid to baby pink. Make sure you separate each section with plastic wrap. Use your previous section as a guide to make this process go easier. And when you're doing the second color application, you do not need to tease the hair. Just go ahead and place the color on the bleach parts. Continue this process until you're done with the head and process for 15 to 20 minutes. Carefully remove the plastic wrap, rinse the hair, condition the hair, and then rinse with cool water. Now all you have to do is blow dry and style to your desired look.
So I think those colors blend together really pretty, but it's just, that's a simple technique that someone could do also. Okay, so 6, let's go ahead and take our 10. I might take a couple minutes later than
This
that.
laptop has seriously been a lifesaver for me.
Let me turn
this
that
is my
off.
ride or die. If I had to have like 10, I
Okay, so I might take a couple minutes longer than 10 because I'm gonna wash this off right now, but go ahead and take 10. It's 3:07 now, so I'll see you guys in a few more minutes. Okay, so now we're back. So we're just gonna dry this. Now, one of the things when you're drying is that you wanna make sure that you get about 80% of the moisture out of the hair before you go ahead and you put a brush in it. So I'm just gonna like finger dry it. You wanna make sure too that you dry down the hair strand. Lazy. Okay, can you see? Well, let me hold it up. Can you even see the difference? The bottom. Going around. Lighting's not so great. This doll head's not the best hair either. But if we hold it sideways here, you know, you can see some of the streaks going through, but it's nothing that's like super, you know, like dramatic, you know, but the bottom part, it just gives some of the highlights through the front, you know, the different streaks going through the whole head, you know, with the lighter on the bottom. So simple, right? I mean, it was a simple application. It didn't take very long to apply it. It does take some practice though, because you don't want it to look like it has like a stripe, you know, going across it. So any comments? No, no comments.
I have kind of like a hypothetical question. I remember you said that when you're gonna like dye hair, it needs to be not wet, but I don't remember exactly. But let's say a client comes in and their hair is obviously like dirty and greasy. Would you wash their hair, blow dry it, and then start doing it, or like tell them just you need to wash your hair and come back tomorrow?
No, usually we want to apply this to hair that's like dirty. I mean, if they haven't washed their hair in like 3 weeks, then yeah, we probably want to shampoo and blow dry it. Just make sure you charge them extra for that. But I mean, usually we want hair that's dirty. I mean, depending on the person's hair or scalp and how much, you know, oil and stuff like that. I mean, it could even be up to like a week or, you know, 2, depending on the person's hair. So yeah, that could be either way. You know, if you don't have a board, one of the things that you can do, and I've done this before, and I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I took a piece of cardboard and I covered it in foil. And I just kind of set that at the scalp, and I just made my own little board to practice with one time when I was just got this like wild hair. I was going to try something and I didn't have a board. I wanted to try something. So I just took a piece of cardboard and covered it with foil and used it like that. And I mean, the board's much easier, but you know, it'll give you an idea, give you the feel, like you can get the feel of doing it, you know, if you don't have a board at home. I know they sell them like at Sally's too. And or even like Cosmoprof and Salon Centric have them. And I honestly do not know how much they cost. But I mean, I made one before out of cardboard and foil just because I wanted to try something. See what we do when we want to do something. I was like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I don't have a board. Oh, I'm going to make one. I know, I'm going to get some foil and a piece of cardboard. It worked. So if you just don't have that and you just want to practice a color application, just do like a virgin application, or, you know, maybe even some weaving if you have that at home and you need to practice something. You know, there's all kinds of wild techniques out there that I've watched, especially on YouTube. I guess I should have put one of my little crazy ideas on there one day when I had a couple of them. But I've seen some stuff on YouTube. So, you know, I should give you guys an assignment. Yeah, I think I will. I'll give you guys an assignment, you know, to find a hair coloring technique on YouTube and just send it in, like what it is. Just send us in the link or something so we can check it out too. And then you can tell us about it when I see you guys tomorrow. We can figure out what kind of stuff, because there's some wild things out there. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen the ones where they style people's hair with and cut people's hair with fire. To me, that's like, what? Fire or a hatchet? Let's take a hatchet and just cut your hair with a hatchet. You know, remember did you see that lady where they laid her out on like a thing and they just took the hatchet and chop, 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 chop. That's how they cut her hair. That one was crazy. You know, and then the fire ones out there, and there's a couple others just like strange looking things that they do that are not normal. I saw someone get a haircut one time with hedge trimmers, like you would use on a tree outside or something, like a shrubbery, and they went around her hair and they were going like this and they cut her hair with it. It seemed like she could have lost an ear real easily. You know, they gave her a whole haircut. And you know what? It didn't look bad at all when they got done. I was like, wow. I would be, yeah, that would be way too much for me, but there's some stuff out there. So yeah, find something interesting out there for you. Does anyone have anything else? No, no one? No one at all? All of you that turn your cameras off, you guys should turn your cameras on. That's one way for us to see you on here. I was laughing because I said, I know what everybody's ceiling fans and foreheads look like. How about your face or your wall, right? It's all I see. Oh, is that your sister, Judith? Or I can only see a finger. Yeah, hi. Well, I know what Judith's family looks like. Hi. All right, so let's make sure that we still have everyone on here. Let me double check on yeah, I guess I do. All right, so nobody has anything for 5 more minutes? Evie, is that your little brother too? Is that his face trying to be stuck in there? Yeah, okay. Nobody has anything for 5 minutes worth of time? All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go then. So everyone have a good afternoon, be safe. And we will see you tomorrow. Get that.
I have a quick
Okay.
question. Sorry. I got a comb. It's like a rat tail comb, except on the end it's metal. That's only when you're gonna like do dye jobs, right?
You can use that for weaving, but you can also use it for combing if you need to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
That's like a weaving comb. Yeah, that works too. Yep. Okay, so the homework for today is to practice the color application, any type of color application that you have, that you know how to do, and to look up some different type of color application technique. You know, you can use the internet to do it, and text us in the link of what you found that was just different to you. And then plus you've got your packets and you've got the homework that Miss Jana gave you. And then most of you, if you're not ROP, you should have got a text message that went out on Sunday night with the assignments for you to do also. So make sure that you do those and you text in all of the.
When are those due? The ones that were texted to us on Sunday. When is that stuff due?
Yeah, that stuff is for today and tomorrow to give you to finish out the 6 hours that you have.
Okay.
So that'll be for today and tomorrow. And just
so do those take priority then?
Yeah, we should get those done because that's going to give you your 6 hours by doing that.
Okay.
And if you finish that and you don't have your 6 hours done, then do the other stuff. For those of you that ran out of things to do, then make sure that you do a color application, take a picture of it so you can get a practical op, and find the color application online and application online.
Does it matter if it's like bleach or actual color?
No, it doesn't. Not at all. No, just some kind of application. They're out there. That can be kind of fun, looking up color applications. I don't know about you guys, but I look up haircuts, I look up color applications, I look up hairstyles, I look up all kinds of stuff when I'm waiting and I just sit there with my phone in my hand for something. I just look it up, or I think, oh, I wonder what this looks like. And then I'll just go and I just look it up. So there's lots of stuff. I bet you I could find something right now. Strange color application. You know what I even got when I just searched a negative space color application on a nail. for videos, for nail videos. Basically, that's kind of like a color application. Oh, what colors are mysterious is what I got too. Deep, what color is deep? Oh, mysterious is the name of the color. Haha, duh. Mysterious is a deep gray, stormy blue with a navy undertone. So there you go. Must come up with a color like that. What's your hair color? Mysterious. So yeah, those are some things that we have. So, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go now. So have a great evening. Look forward to seeing what you
Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Miss Connie. Have a good one.
Bye. If anyone needs any extra help, I'll stay on for a few minutes.
Any what?
Any help? If anyone needs help, I'll stay on.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Connie.
What if we don't have the doll head? Because I know